The Nikki Clarke Show, transforming lives one story at a time. If you would like to be a guest or become a part of our live studio audience or even to become a sponsor, just go to www.NikkiClarkeNetwork.com.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you. We've got so many great things happening on the show. But before we start, what time is it? Hot Topics! That's right, it's time for Hot Topics, and what Hot Topics are. It's what's trending on social media, what people are talking about when they converge at the water coolers in the office. So today, joining me in the Hot Topics seat is none other than Jonathan Juiceman Shaw. Welcome him to the show. Thank you so much. I really like your haircut.
I got haunted.
Yeah, you got inspired?
No, I just got haunted.
You just got haunted.
Just got haunted and just cut it off, and then the breeze hit my back of my neck, and I'm like, I'm gonna grow back.
It's really happening, yeah.
I'm gonna grow back.
I'm gonna grow back. Well, my hair grew.
Yeah,
and you cut your hair,
yeah.
so it all worked out. It's a nice balance. So there's been a lot going on in the news today. Former mayor of Toronto, Rob Ford was laid in rest today at St. James United. So many people came out to show their respect, to say their last goodbyes. What do you think about that?
He will always be the most controversial mayor that we've ever had. But love him or hate him, as some people do.
Yeah.
For the people who do love him, they really love him.
They really love him, yeah.
I remember a friend of mine, he lost his mother, and his mother was a pillar in the community. She owned a beauty salon. And he came out to her viewing, and he said, if you ever need anything, I'm here for you. And he showed his support. And from that, I was like, you know what I mean? No matter what people say about him, that's what I remember about it. And you should never talk ill of the dead.
True. Amen to that. No, he reached out to many people. He was what people call the people's mayor.
And he said what was on his heart. He said what he wanted to do.
Yeah, definitely no filters from Mr. Rob.
And you know what? He lived life. He really did live life.
Yeah. Well, so we say our final goodbyes to Rob Ford, and our sympathies go out to his family. He fought a really hard fight against cancer. So.
Cancer's a dirty word.
It is a dirty word.
Cancer's a dirty word. I don't know anybody that hasn't been affected by it, either themselves or a friend or a family member. And I mean,
everyone's been affected.
I do not wish cancer on anyone. And to watch somebody, fight cancer, it's a battle all in itself.
True. Yeah. Well, Mario Musso, another compelling story in the news. He was given 10 years imprisonment for 3 kids, 3 grandchildren and a grandfather who he accidentally hit in his drunken state. Was it last year?
Yes, it was last year.
Yeah, I think it was in Woodbridge when it happened. So a lot of people are outraged by this. What do you think?
I got a couple of things. I'm going to take it back to the night. You're having a bachelor party. You're there with your friends. I know my boys. When I was married and when I had my bachelor party, my friends made sure I got there safely and I came home safely. We got a car, we all got in the car, we went to where we had to go, and we enjoyed ourselves, and then we went back home. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now, we all know that didn't happen, but somebody needs to start talking about not just him, but his friends that were also there and who were not there for him. Now he has to do 10 years, and everybody's saying, well, 10 years is not a long time. I do agree. But it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
When you take a life, no matter what the sentence is, the family involved is always going to say it wasn't enough. They're always going to have that pain. They're always going to be able to look at, every year that goes by, they're going to look at their children and say, look at the pictures of their children and say, my child would have been 16. My child would be going to university. When another person graduates university, they're going to be saying, that should be my child. So they're always going to have that pain. For the family of the
Neville Lake.
Yeah, for the family of the gentleman who hit the children and the grand and Lusos, they have the loss of one. He was engaged to be married, so his wife has to wait. His family sees him go away, and he has to live with the factor is that he hit those children and the grandfather. So it's a sad state all around, and everybody's saying, okay, well, 10 years, is not enough, but
I
don't know. It's like I would like to see a lot more, but that's me personally. But he was tried by his peers. He pled guilty, and he may have gotten off, as some people may say. His family may be saying thank you because he didn't get as much time as they want to. But the family of the victims, I mean, my heart goes out.
Well, absolutely. The mother was saying to the news yesterday that her children didn't even see 10, and he's been given 10 years. So the oldest child was just maybe 9 years, or a little under 9 years. So it's just heartbreaking. What everyone has to, like you said, everyone all around suffers. And I don't know, our hearts go out to both sides of the family who have to endure this right now. Definitely. Then John Gomeshi. He's not guilty. Yeah, mixed reactions from the audience members. I actually watched the trial. They did a dramatization on CBC of what happened in the court scene, and it was kind of like a circus, really. What's your take on that?
I'm gonna get myself in trouble.
Yeah, that's okay. We're on Periscope.
I'm gonna get myself in trouble, but
well, people were saying that the lawyer, what's her name? Hanan, I think it was. That's her last name. That she sold out women. That she basically, hurt women and set us back a little bit. And then some people were saying she's doing her job. Yeah.
Again, you get paid to defend and you get paid to prosecute. The losers in the situation are women. If you put your hands on a woman, you would think that you can go to court and put that person in jail, whether it be male or female. I've dealt with, and I had a girlfriend who had been molested. And just getting her to say that she was molested took years.
Yeah.
When she finally was able to do that, it's like everybody was like her. When she finally was able to tell her family didn't believe her. It just, the whole aspect of it it just sickens me. It just sickens me. Now again, the stories as to what happened and whatever, blah 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 blah. There was a reasonable doubt, but I'm like, I feel for the women.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a 6'5" man. I know that if a woman is in my face and she's doing whatever, hands off.
Yeah, you're the bigger person.
Because as soon as they see me, I'm off to jail. End of discussion. Throw away the key. Right? That's what they're going to do to me. Now, again, if you got money, as we've been seeing lately in the court system, you get off.
Yeah.
And that should be the case, because there's a whole bunch of women who are saying to themselves, you know what? My boyfriend did this to me, or my girlfriend did it to me. It's 2016, and they don't have that case that can say, in this case here, this person is guilty. They're going to say to themselves, why am I going to put myself through that when I know this person's going to get off? It just sets a very bad precedent.
Sure. It sets us back. I think so. All right. Well, we'll watch and see what happens after this. It's fresh. I think it's only been a week. So much has transpired, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, well, we've got a fantastic show for you. We've got inspirational messages that are going to be shared by our guests. So don't go anywhere. You're watching the Nikki Clarke Show live at La Creole. Come back. Thank you. Peace, man. the Nikki Clarke Show, and joining us is an amazing woman. She is the president of the Olive Branch of Hope organization, a breast support cancer center, and also the author of So Glad I Made It. Please welcome Leila Springer to the show. Thank you, Leila, for being here. You look absolutely stunning. I love that color coral. Looks great on you.
Thank you. Awesome.
Oh, thank you. I try. And we're here on Periscope. Hey, everybody watching. So let's find out a little bit about what you do. Tell us about your background leading up to what you're doing as the president.
I'm a mother.
You're a mother, and we're going to put the mic up.
I'm a mother. I'm a breast cancer survivor. I'm a life coach. And I am a public speaker.
Fantastic.
Prior to that, I was in the public sector as an accountant.
An accountant. Okay.
What a change.
So I am so proud of you for all the many things that you do, but moreover that you are a survivor. And I'd like to just ask you if you can share with us candidly what it was like when you found out that you were sick.
Like all of us, we just assume that every day we're going to wake up and things are going to be the same. But that's not always true. And so things were going quite well for me over the years. I was doing extremely well. My house was in full tact. My children were in university, and all was well, or so I thought. And then I found a lump. That changed the trajectory of my life. Things changed, I changed, everything around me changed. I realized that life is short. I realized that I never took the time to smell the roses. I never took the time to appreciate my family the way I should have. I never took the time for my friends the way I should have. And so breast cancer changed all of it.
Everything slowed down, like
Everything stopped first. And then it started to move again slowly. And but my faith in God helped me to get through it. The support of my family and my friends was also an asset, and I thank God that they were there to help me through it.
I think you've got some friends out in the audience. Make some noise for yourselves. Okay, here to support Leila. That's fantastic. So things stopped. You had to reboot, reset.
Things stopped to the degree where after I heard those words, you have breast cancer. Stopped for a while, didn't know who I was, didn't know where I was, didn't know how I was going to get home. But I did. And after I did what most women do, after the shock, after the tears, I just sat up in bed and asked myself, what do I do now?
Yeah.
And I knew I had to make changes. I knew there were decisions to be made. I knew somehow that I was going to get through this, but that took a couple of hours before I got there. So when the clock started again, as I tend to refer to it, when the clock started again and I asked myself, what do I do now? I began to make some decisions, not by myself, but I made them with my family that helped me through that. What changed me significantly, though, was when I was on chemotherapy. And chemotherapy is just brutal. It really is. And I remember one day, my husband always got up in the morning, made me a cup of sage, as I asked him to. And then he would kiss me goodbye and go off to work. Make sure it was okay and go off to work. And that worked well. But this one day in particular, it didn't work so well. Because what I normally do after he left and after I had my cup of sage and my 4 glasses of water, because I had to drink about 12 glasses of water a day. So I would make sure I get 4 glasses before noon, 4 afternoon, and 4 before I went to bed. But usually after I did that, I was able to go downstairs and make my own breakfast and start my day. It wasn't an easy day, but I was able to start my day. But this day in particular, I wasn't able to do that because I couldn't get out of bed. I just could not get out of bed. It was just so brutal.
Was it a depression?
It wasn't the depression, it was the effects of the chemotherapy.
Okay. Did you lose your hair?
I lost all of my hair. I lost, my nails turned really black. And I lost my eyebrows. I lost everything. I felt like I lost everything. But they always tell you it will come back, and it did come back.
Okay.
But what I wanted to say was that day that I couldn't get off the bed was the day that changed my life. More than it was changed. It was the day that helped me to make a decision of what I was going to do after breast cancer. It helped me to zero in on who I really was and what I was doing. Did I really love what I was doing? And because I was looking for support outside, I was looking for women like myself, looked like myself, women that had gone through breast cancer, that was diagnosed with stage 3 advanced breast cancer like I was. A woman that was diagnosed with an aggressive form of breast cancer. I was looking for her so I could talk to her to find out what it was like, and also, more importantly, if she made it. And I could not find anyone like that to talk to. So lying on my bed, not being able to get up, I just made that decision that when I got better, what I would do is make a difference in somebody's life. So that when they went looking for somebody to talk to, there would be somebody there. And that's where the Olive Branch of Hope was born. Started on my bed, but I couldn't get out of it. And I looked for a place where I could find peace for myself, but also give somebody else hope in the future.
Okay. It's a beautiful story. Beautiful. And now you have this place of comfort. For people who may have been afflicted by disease are now at ease.
Exactly.
Because of you and the other facilitators.
Yes.
So tell us, who do you speak to? Who come to you?
Women, and most of the women that come to us usually do it by phone.
Okay.
We do have a support group where women gather, but there are a lot of women within our community, and I must say this, within our community that do not want to talk about cancer, any kind of cancer. They would rather stay silent, and it's a stigma in our community. But I try to get the message out that unless our voices are heard, nobody will ever know our needs, and they may never get met, simply because nobody knows that we're out there suffering in silence. So it's important that we spread the word that breast cancer is not a death sentence. We can get through this. There's no shame in it. We didn't make it happen. I was faced with breast cancer not once but twice, because last year I had another episode, and then I had to have a mastectomy. The first time I just had a lumpectomy. The second time around I had to have a mastectomy. But I faced that second challenge knowing I did it once and I could do it again.
Yeah, you were fighting.
And yes, I fought. I keep telling people. I fought back and I won.
And you did. And so glad I made it. You put this book together, Finding and Fulfilling My Life's Purpose After Breast Cancer.
Yes.
Okay. And tell us about the book. It's about your journey.
The book is about my journey. I wrote the book when I was going through treatment. I journaled, and then I wanted to document my journey so that it would be a help to somebody else. I always remember there was one time a story was done on me by Women Alive magazine, and somebody called me and said, I was in the Bahamas and I saw a magazine with you in it. And I picked it up and she said, I was so proud to read your story. So when I was finishing up my book, I thought of that woman and I said, I'd like my book to be somewhere where a woman could pick it up and be encouraged. So whether she be in the Bahamas or in New York or in the Caribbean, anywhere, if she picked up that book and she's going through breast cancer or any kind of health challenge, she'd know that somebody out there made it. And because somebody made it, she could make it also.
Wonderful, wonderful. And where can people find the book?
The book can be purchased on Amazon. You can order it from Amazon, or if you give us a call at the Olive Branch of Hope, you're able to get a copy out to you as well.
Okay, and I think you've got an upcoming event.
We have an upcoming event that's happening on April the 10th. That's our fundraiser, our annual fundraiser. It's called We Believe. because we believe in life and we believe we can make it. So on April the 10th is our annual fundraiser. We are inviting all of you here to join us for our fundraiser. I need to put a plug in. I need to let everyone know, because most people think when we do the Walk for the Cure, the Run for the Cure, that the funds trickle down to grassroots organizations like ours, and that does not happen. And because that does not happen, we have to raise our own funds to help the women that are less fortunate. If they need to purchase a breast prosthesis or a special bra, sure, they can come to us and we will supply them with that free of charge. We do not charge them for that. We know that sometimes it's difficult, especially the community that we serve. A lot of them call sometimes because they need help financially. Yes. And that's always a challenge because we never have enough. That's why we need to raise the money so we can help women meet their basic needs when they're going through a battle of breast cancer.
Absolutely. So we believe the benefit organization is...
We believe it's on April the 10th.
Where's that going to be?
And it's happening at the Paradise Banquet Hall, and that's at 7601 James Street. That's just south of Highway 7 on April the 10th.
And how much are the tickets?
The tickets are $75 each.
And where can they get them?
And they can get the ticket. Actually, I have some with me. But also you can get them by giving us a call at our office. Our number is 416-256-3155. Our address is 845 Wilson Avenue in Toronto. That's the Olive Branch of Hope. And again, our number is 416-256-3155. Our web address is www.theolivebranch.ca if you want to share our information with anyone. Thank you so much.
Leila, thank you so much. You're an inspiration to us all. And I just want to say thank you. Leila has 2 copies of her book, So Glad I Made It, for 2 lucky audience members here tonight. So we're going to find a way to have that handed to you. Leila, thank you again. Leila Springer, everyone.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back. At the Nikki Clarke Show at La Creole, 810 St. Clair Avenue West. And sitting beside me is the very dapper author of Forward March. Please welcome Jelani Daniel to the show.
Happy to be here.
Awesome. Thank you for being here. So tell me a little bit about your background.
Certainly, I'll be more happy to do that. I'm excited to be here. I'm in a background. I'm from St. Kitts and Nevis. It's a small country in the Caribbean.
Any Caucasians out there? No, not this time.
My background is in the auto industry. I've been in the business for 15 years. Me and my friend, we run a dealership in Toronto. And I'm also into motivational speaking, and I wrote this book that has changed my life, and I hope it changes other people's lives.
Yeah, so that's a big statement. Big statement, and it's also a big shift from, auto business to writing such a prolific book of poetry that you have. What motivated you to do that? There must have been some epiphany that happened.
I've always been trying to motivate people because I know that if everyone around you is happy or in a good state of mind, everything gels better when everyone is in the correct state of mind. So it's in your best interest that you empower each other. It's better for your results and your surroundings. So what occurred with me is, as I said, we run a dealership and it's in Toronto. I sold a Bentley in the neighborhood, which
that's a nice car.
Yes, exactly. It was a Bentley, so the vehicle's worth over $100,000. So I thought that after I did this accomplishment, I wanted everyone to follow me around because I'm the best, I'm the greatest. I sold the vehicle in an environment that it's a task to sell something for $15. So I was able to do the correct advertisement, do everything correctly, and get people to bring money into a neighborhood that they usually would not bring money into a neighborhood. So I thought that would be sufficient, but it was not sufficient. I didn't get the fanfare in which I wanted, so What
are you looking for?
I just wanted people to be inspired, so like to get energized off of my actions.
Okay.
Because I'm always energized, so it makes me happy to see someone else energized and to be just to be excited about life, because no one has given us life, no individual, so we have to take advantage of it and appreciate it.
And breathe life into each other.
Exactly. So since that did not occur, I always wrote my quotes on Facebook. And then I said, you know what, let me do something for myself. So I gathered all of my quotes and I added some. And what I did was, before the new year, I made sure that I printed that. So my book was printed on December 23rd. And it
3
was...
days after my birthday. That's a good thing.
It was a beautiful thing then. So on December 23rd, when I printed my book, it was live on Amazon, and it was a great thing because that's when I got my voice, and I'll never give it back. So I got my voice when I printed my book. I wasn't being heard previous to the book as the way I liked. So once I printed the book, I got my voice, and I decided to spread my voice. And because now I have my voice, I don't want to ever stop talking.
So you were liberated by this.
100%. I want to promote as much as I can. I won't stop talking. I won't stop promoting my ideas. And what I'll do, what I usually do is, the greatest thing about my campaign is that it's my campaign. It's not no one else's campaign. It's to be shared with everybody else. But when you start your campaign, you have to dictate how you want your campaign to go. Don't follow others. Just dictate it according to how you see fit. So what I did in...
Forward marching.
Forward march. What I did in regards... And I hope I get some forward marchers after you guys see this interview.
How many forward marchers out there?
So the Forward March movement, and I said, this is a movement I created it, but I'll give you the details on it. The Forward March movement is built on a behavior towards others. It's not guarded by race, wealth, or education. Anyone can take up the leadership. I continue to push the doctrine of helping each other, as it's a natural commitment that is not bought nor sold. Forward March. So that's more or less it is. It's my book to tell everyone just to you have to make a declaration that you want to fight for your life. What I mean by fight for your life, you should not be living just in a state of survival. You need to fight for life. Survival is not living. You need to enjoy life. You need to take risks with life. You need to do as much things that you own your life, and it's not owned by operations or systems. So that's what I need people to do.
Beautiful. Now you must have transformed so much from this whole process. I know you've got a wife and two kids.
Yes.
So they must have seen Daddy change over the time you published this.
Certainly they did. I've always been trying to push my agenda, which is to help each other. And of course they've seen a change, because now the book it's not just a book for me, it's a life change. It's like you have to be an example to your friends and your associates. If you care for someone, you should show that by action, don't just speak it. So for instance, I'm out here on this interview. Everyone that knows me knows this is not my platform, but to promote my campaign and to show that I care for them.
It's your platform now.
It's a great platform to show that I care for my friends and my family. I put myself in situations that I'm not fully comfortable to show you that I'm trying, and I'm not just talking about my beliefs. I'm showing you, so being an example for you to fight for your life and be strong.
Yeah, but that's personal growth, right? Yeah, stepping out of your comfort zone and trying something new. So that's wonderful, wonderful
Thank
testament.
you.
Now you've got a lot of exciting projects coming up. I see a whole bunch of explosive statements on your Facebook time feed. So tell me, what's next for you?
Being that I'll share something else with you guys. When I turned my mind off and started to commit to being more closer to myself and not being cornered by society, as I said, standing up and fighting for your life. And I keep stating that because I interact with so much people that are, I find that they're not fighting for your life. And as I said, I have to remind everyone, no one gave you your life, so you have to conduct it in which manner you see fit for your life.
Why aren't they fighting? Is it fear? What's holding them back?
Fear is one, but repetition. Living life, it's not an easy task. So if you're in repetition and you're not getting too much victories, you tend to shy back. And my idea behind that, if you've been losing all the time, isn't it a time to try for one victory? That's my feeling. Like, you need to try for a victory if you've been losing all the time, and this is the right time. It's not. Don't delay it any further, and you take baby steps, right? Like this changed my life. This book changed my life in a manner whereas I wrote the book and I was invited to many different things. I'm here on the show because of the book. So, and another thing, as I said, I'm a car dealer. No one could have estimated that I'll be selling more cars as an author than as a car dealer. So I could have never planned that. It was just because I evolved into what I'm supposed to do. Everything else started to open up.
You're stepping into your purpose. Everything is falling into alignment.
Correct, correct.
That's the way it should be.
For sure. I would love to share some quotes with the audience.
Yeah. Got anything about love? I'm inspired.
Love, okay. Love, okay, we'll search for love.
Search.
Love for self or love for other individuals?
Either or.
Okay, I have a perfect one. Your first true love is life. That's my quote. All of the quotes in which I speak of, these are all original quotes. That's what makes me the king of quotes. Please remember that. I am the king of quotes.
King of quotes, everybody.
Because
quotes.
These are all my original quotes. I'll just share a few of them. And the good thing about my book is you could open it anywhere and you'll find a great quote.
Can I try?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm being greedy.
Bam. Okay, I opened it up to that page.
It's easily flexible once you decide what you won't bend for. And also, you see when I make my comments, I stand by my comments. So when I stated I was the king, I really do mean it. And I found out I was the king because when I wrote this book, it opened up my mind, and I will be coming up with a second book because I love this. Simple.
And do you know the name of the book yet?
King of Quotes.
Got it. Okay. Jelani, give us one more quote to close.
Okay, certainly. Thank you.
I like the one with the footprints. Okay. You got one?
I got one. Sorry for stealing your stage. I had to.
No, it's your time. It's your time.
Thank you. Our lives are valued on not what we buy or sell, but what we stand for. So you always keep that in mind. I will repeat that again. Our lives are valued on not what we buy or sell, but what we stand for. So always keep that in mind. It'll give you a strength to know that don't get engulfed with your materials, surroundings and stuff. Your strength is who you are, not what you have or what you purchase or what you sell.
Okay. You're anchored by your self-identity. I love it. Jelani, Daniel, everyone, thank you so much. Wish you the best of luck. We'll be back. Forward march. Nikki Clarke Show, and sitting beside me is the founder of Janice Carroll Cosmetics. Please welcome Janice Ross to the show. Oh, lots of love in the air. I love it. Thank you. How are you doing, Janice?
Hi, Nikki. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, my pleasure, my shirt. You look great in blue. That's your color, by the way.
Thank
people
you.
told me that?
Actually, I don't wear blue a lot.
No?
We were, it says when you're on camera, don't wear black. Don't wear white. Don't wear this. Don't wear that. And I'm going, okay.
So what's the color to wear?
Blue.
Blue.
Although you look stunning, so don't go by me. So there you go. So blue is different for me.
Janice, tell us a little bit about your background leading up to starting this company.
Well, the story is that I started in cosmetics in a part-time job when I was in my teens in the very first Shoppers Drug Mart in the city.
Wow.
I loved it because it put together my passion for people, art, color, design, because I always majored in art. And took that through university, combined with business courses and social work courses and all that, because I didn't know where I'd end up. And what happened was my boss tracked me down and said, I want you to come back after you graduate and run the cosmetic department. So it was a great opportunity. Pardon me?
How long did it take to build up to that great moment?
Well, after I graduated from U of T, I went and worked for him, and he handed me the cosmetic department and said, this is your store within my store. Go for it.
Wow.
So he trusted me, and I guess he saw me grow up and just saw what I did through the years, and he gave me a lot of confidence. So I went for it and learned so much. It was a great opportunity to learn buying, hiring, firing, working with companies. Yeah, sitting on that side of the desk, dealing with buyer. I was the buyer. After that, Orland Cosmetics scooped me up, and I went with them, and I was an account manager. So I learned to work on that side of the desk. Trained girls across Ontario and in Halifax, and that was a great opportunity. Following that, I'm very much a family girl, and my children and family meant everything to me, and I wanted to devote myself to them. So I did things part-time along the way, but as it hits us, I wasn't in a very good marriage, and it was a very traumatic time for myself and my two beautiful boys.
How old are they now?
They are 21 and 28. Two men now, and they needed me. So I really had to build this very slowly, very strategically, because they came first. And I was always entrepreneurial. So if I had to lock my door and go to them, I did so. And this would have to wait. That's what happened, and thank goodness they came through it. I was really low, actually, during that time, but I had to really dig down and realize that I had something to offer. My children needed me, and we cannot let someone else bring us down to that level, to not think that we're not worth it. We are, and you have to grab onto your friends who love you, and grab onto yourself, most importantly. And that's part of me. I want to give back. So I opened a store as they were growing and test marketed the line. It was something I wanted to do without realizing was what I was about to endure after. I wanted a line that was healthier. Parabens have been connected, as you know, my dear, that Leila, right? Leila. And I loved everything you said. I really connected with you. Parabens have been connected to breast cancer because they tend to mimic estrogen once absorbed into the body.
Female hormone.
Correct. So then when you have too many parabens, you're estrogenic, which can lead to, God forbid, cancer. Knowing that there was a lot of cancer in my own family. My mother had ovarian, my aunt had ovarian, they're both gone. I then learned, thank you, I then learned that I'm a BRCA gene carrier. And this was after I started to develop the line. So it's kind of weird the way things work. And I've been very proactive. I immediately had a full hysterectomy. This gene, for all of you who don't know, if you've read about Angelina Jolie, it's the same gene. It predisposes you to a very high risk of getting ovarian cancer and breast cancer. So my risks were extremely high. I wanted to be proactive because I got my kids through that hard time. I was going forward, and I wanted to be here for a long, long time. So we have to be proactive. So I had the ovarian and my full hysterectomy. After that, I closed my store because I realized that the line was doing well. I test marketed without a name on it. It was just a no name. And I wanted to pursue it full speed ahead. Got my strength back, and then this year I realized that my chances of getting breast cancer were extremely high. The BRCA gene carrier, God bless my fiance, Neil. He came with me to a doctor's appointment and said, okay, Jan is already in the high-risk screening. What are her chances of getting it? Do you miss it? They go, yes. And they said, oh. And then he said, well, if a gene carrier does get it, what is it? They said aggressive. So September 23rd, I scheduled a double mastectomy. So I'm sitting here with a new lease on life. So I had a double mastectomy and reconstruction at the same time, still healing and running my company and going forward. So
strong. You are so strong. I'm so inspired by you. And now we have this beautiful gem, the Janice Carroll Cosmetic line. And I'd love for you to demonstrate a little of how you keep your skin so beautiful. We've got an extraordinary makeup artist, Dina. Please welcome Dina to the show.
Dina is Janice Carroll's lead makeup artist who services the downtown core and is helping me build the line.
Awesome. Okay, so let's walk us through what's going to be happening here.
Okay, I'll ask Janice to remove your glasses for a minute.
Dina's going to demonstrate quickly a very key request lately. I'm sure you've learned about, been reading about
Highlighting, or called strobing. It's to show radiance, light, how to highlight your bone structure.
And that J-Lo glow.
J-Lo glow. Any age, any stage, any look that you're after, I put it on every day for every look.
Okay.
Just about. So,
So how do we do that?
I'll show how it works using a damp blender sponge. A lot of people are aware of what this is. You can buy them in any beauty store. Dampen it. Anything between your tool and your skin. If it has moisture, skin loves moisture.
Yes.
So using a damp sponge and your makeup in between, your skin is going to absorb it, so it's going to look a little more airbrushed. So for that flawless, camera-ready look, I recommend dampening your sponge. So here we go.
Dampening the sponge.
Dampen the sponge. And Janice, your products can be used wet or dry, which is an advantage, the powder compacts. So for a little more sheer look, damp, roll it on the product, the surface, and when I look at myself in the mirror or I look at a client in the mirror, I squint my eyes.
I always squint.
You squint your eyes.
Always.
So Nikki's got it down. She's a pro artist. You can see where light and dark is hitting on your face. Where the light is hitting, that's where you can put your highlighter.
Correct.
So I will squint now at Miss Janice. So I'm looking at Janice and I can see immediately where the light is hitting her. So that's what I'm going to do to add to it. So the cheekbone, bridge of the nose, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow, immediately chin, a little triangle shape in the forehead, and I usually run a little down the center of the neck.
Okay.
And you can do the eyebrow below and above the eyebrow.
I didn't know that. Above the eyebrow too.
Above the eyebrow. It helps it float out, Nikki.
Got it.
So a little lift is always a good thing.
It's always good to have a lift. Always.
So from there, I'm going to let it sit for a minute, which is another makeup term you might have been hearing called cooking.
Cooking.
Cooking or baking.
Okay.
So it's baking for a minute.
Let
It's
it
getting
cook,
into
let it sizzle.
the surface oils.
I'm baking.
And now I'd like it to sit a little bit more intense, so I'm going to use a dry, fluffy brush and just add to it where that is.
Okay, so over the brows.
Wherever I
nose,
placed it.
Wherever you place it.
So, and then look at yourself again.
Squinting.
Squinting. Contour. You can go under the bone. Wherever you see shadow when you're squinting. Under the nose, under the lip.
What's the difference between contour and highlight, or is it the same?
Contour is a couple of shades darker than your skin. It just creates a carving or a contoured look, so it takes away light. Highlighter adds light.
Got it. Okay.
So it'll make anything recede where you're placing it. And I will finish it with a touch of loose powder, just because highlighter can look a little shiny or greasy.
Okay.
So to set all of Janice's makeup, I would just do a loose dusting around the T-zone and over the shiny areas. And it'll look like you're going from thin.
But that didn't take long.
It doesn't take long.
So you can look fab in like under 5 minutes.
That's the idea.
That's the idea. Okay.
Express.
Beautiful.
Go.
Express beauty. I love it.
Express beauty.
Thank you, Dina.
Thanks,
That was
Dean.
amazing.
My pleasure.
Speaking
I learned
of
something today.
Express,
Thank you. Oh, I like that.
speaking of Express Beauty,
What's that?
this is Janice
Like a beauty
Carroll.
box?
Express Beauty to Go.
Yeah, I heard someone
So it's got very simple colors, something for everybody. This is a new item, so we're
It's
starting.
fresh.
It's fresh. It's fresh. So that's one thing. And I just wanted to say quickly,
I like
you heard a little bit about what I went through, but my biggest passion is helping others. So I think in the radio interview I said that if I could do this without making money, I mean, all of my customers and friends say, no, you didn't charge me enough. Or you didn't charge me enough. I said, no, it's okay. But it's something that is part of me, and I love to give back. So this line is for every age group, every skin type, and especially those who have compromised immune systems. It is not organic. I cannot call myself organic because I tested that, and I didn't want to send them home with something that would be rancid in a week. It still has the scientific help. However, the crucial ingredients that are healthy have been left in. There have been vitamins added, but the parabens have been taken out. So especially what I say is, you know it's in your lipstick, because you don't want to eat with that on your lips.
Yeah.
Anything that sinks into your pores.
Yeah.
So that is something that's important to know.
Yeah, absolutely. Carcinogenic free.
That's it.
That's beautiful.
That's
Thank you
it.
so much. And I believe what you said wholeheartedly, that whatever you give, it's going to come back. I don't do things seeking credit or money, because I know if you live well, it comes back to you. So.
Well, I get a lot back anyway. I have
Absolutely.
wonderful friends, and a lot of them are here, and my family, and I'm getting married September 20th. No, September 25th. So, yeah.
We're all invited.
So
Wedding
things,
crashes.
if you wait long enough and you believe that there's something good out there for you, then it's going to happen. So.
I believe that message was for me. Thank you. I have hope.
Thank you. And I just brought something for you, Nikki, too, to say thank you. And just for everything.
Mwah. Amazing. Thank you so much. Janice Ross, everyone. Where can people get your cosmetics before we go?
Our website is going to be live within a month, I hope. It's been a long process, but it is Janice Carroll COS.com, and that will be an e-commerce site, so you can order everything online. The other parts of the city are, there's places all over. There's Trendy Accessories in Lawrence Plaza. There's Salon Life in Richmond Hill. There's Teresa's Aesthetics. There's Aviva's Aesthetics. And did I miss anyone, Neil? Oh, Popcorn Boutique. Fabulous clothing, and she is amazing, Sandra. So, a lot of support.
Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you.
We're inspired. Thanks, Janice. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Some karaoke. Thank you for joining us at the Nikki Clarke Show. And we have a Jamaican-born author. She's a motivational speaker. She's a mother of beautiful children. Please welcome Peta Gaye Nash to the show. Now we have that thing in common. We're both from Jamaica, and we both love children, and we're both authors. So we have 3 things in common. And probably more.
Do.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your background, coming to Canada. What was that like for you?
It was difficult. I was born and raised in Jamaica, and I'd lived a bit in the States and in Europe, but coming here was a whole different ball game because I was now coming with 2 kids, and yeah, there was a lot of things I didn't expect, like how expensive diapers were, but it's good. It was a good move for me.
It was a good move from you. So what were you leaving in Jamaica?
A lot of family, and a lot of support. But I've since found that here, you know, they say you have friends who are like family, family who are like friends. So I have a really great support group here, and some of them are even in the audience.
Hey, make some noise if you're here for your girl Peta Gaye. That's nice. That's great. So you're starting life over here in Canada. You have a small family, and now you get into writing books. How did that happen?
That actually started in Jamaica. As a matter of fact, it started when I learned to write. I've been keeping journals from, I think, the day that I learned to write my first word. And my mom always found them and would end up, you know, spanking me or something, but it never killed that urge to
That fire.
pour out all my feelings into writing, and it started there. But I just could not write a story. I didn't have the knowledge to craft a story. I knew this was what I wanted, but in my 20s, it didn't even occur to me that I should go and find another writer and ask them questions.
Okay.
And I just simply did not have the self-confidence. So my message to anyone out there who wants anything, find mentors, find people who can help you along the way, who can encourage you, motivate you. I'm sure that there were those people in my life, but they weren't writers. So they weren't, you know.
They showed up in different forms.
Yes, yes.
And for different reasons.
Right. So I started writing short stories, and I finally got my mentor. And the book, I Too Hear the Drums, is actually a culmination of 10 years of work. 10 years of short story writing.
10 years.
10 years.
Okay.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about that experience. So it's a little bit of autobiographical. Or?
A lot of people say, is that book about you? And maybe some of it is. It's a little dark in some places, but it's things I overheard when I was a child. So definitely, you know, watch your children if they're listening to you.
Sure.
And good friends. And they always say, you know, swear you don't tell anybody. And I say, I swear I won't tell anyone, but can I write it? I promise I'll change the
They
name.
didn't make you promise not to write it.
Yes. No, they always say, go ahead and write it, change the names. So it's things that I hear, news headlines, and yes, some of it is autobiographical for sure.
What were some of the experiences that you shared in the book?
Unfortunately, murder, infidelity, life experiences, change, growth, all of that.
The
Yes,
whole gamut.
pretty much.
All right, so you started off with that book, and then later on you got into children's books.
Yes, and that only came after I had children. So
Okay.
I have 4 kids, and I've written 4 books for each of them.
Oh, wow.
And the
How old are
books-
your children, by the way? Girls, boys?
3 girls and 1 boy. So
Okay.
one is 20. Oh gosh, this feels like a trick question. It's too many to remember. 7, 9, 16, and 19. Sorry, not 20 yet. 19.
So you had 2 from a previous marriage, and then
Yes.
2.
Yes.
You found love here in Canada?
No. In Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
Yeah, we
Okay.
came here
Okay.
together.
Got it.
Yeah.
So that's beautiful. So you started, and you have the 4 books for each child.
Right.
And does each book have some sentiment or connection to the children, their personalities?
Absolutely. The first book that I wrote is called Don't Take Roger to School, and as I said on the radio show, it's one of my favorites because my daughter wanted to take her stuffed animal to school, and we all said, no, don't take Roger to school, you're going to lose him. She insisted, and of course, you know what happened. I don't want to give away the ending of the story, but something miraculous actually did happen. It took 6 years, but it's such a great learning experience because my 7-year-old now wanted to take her stuffed animal to school a week ago. And I said, remember Roger, don't take him to school. And you know, she pouted and sulked for a bit, but then she realized, I know why mommy is saying this, so he stayed in my car, came to work with me. So it's all about learning, you know. One of them is about road safety and the importance of education. The latest one, Juliet Malevolent, An Evil Tale, is about being yourself, even if you are completely unlike anyone else around you.
Okay, that's so important now because children really need to understand self-love and yes, they need to affiliate and belong, but to belong in the skin you're in.
Absolutely. And we're all different. Kids are all different, and they're just finding their place. And each child is different. So even with my 7-year-old girl now, it's a whole new experience for me with trying to fit in and, you know, friends with one person this day and not the other day. So
that happens.
Yeah.
Okay. And what's next for you? Are you planning to write some more books or?
Absolutely. I'm so excited about my next book, my next children's book. It's called Bushy Head.
I like that.
I'm actually a bushy head. It's just been blow dried out, and it was actually inspired by my niece Giselle, who was in the audience.
Hey Giselle.
And my daughter Meadow. And what happened is that, well, they both have really bushy, curly hair, beautiful hair. But someone told Giselle that she could not be a princess.
Because she has bushy hair?
She had brown skin and not the right kind of hair. And I thought, you know what? It's time to love the hair that we have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, embrace who we are. And it's about a little girl who loves her hair, and she does what Giselle did, which is actually cutting it off and donating it to make human hair wigs for children with cancer.
That's so special. It's very sweet. How old is she?
Giselle is 12.
12. Wow, that's amazing, Giselle. You've got a heart of gold. Thank you. Yeah. So, what experiences do you have then, writing the books? What motivates you? I know your children are your muse, they inspire you, but what pushes you? Because writing a book, from my experience, it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of time, you have to really focus, and sometimes you don't have the cheerleaders to push you or motivate you. So what's your intrinsic motivation for writing?
I become quite unpleasant and unlikable if I haven't been writing for a few days.
Okay.
Sometimes it's
an external.
Yeah, it does stretch out into months sometimes, but it is something that is within me. I have to do it. I have to do it, even if it's just writing in my gratitude journal or putting down some thoughts for the day. I have to write. It fulfills me. It makes me feel better. So I motivate myself.
Wonderful. Do you have any book signings coming up?
Not at the moment. Actually, that's not true. I do have something on April 23rd.
Okay, that's coming up.
I cannot remember where it is.
But if we go to your website, we can
yes,
probably find
it will be
information.
there. Yes.
Okay, so where can people find you if you just want to tell us in the audience lens?
My books are available on Amazon and also through my website at www.petagaynash.com. That's PETAGAYENASH.
Thank you. And Peta Gaye, thank you so much for giving us so many of the wonderful books that you penned. Thank you. Yeah, we really enjoy them. All right, Peta Gaye Nash, everybody. We'll be back. for being here at the Nikki Clarke Show, and we have a real estate agent with some hot tips about what's going on in the GTA. Please welcome Leonard Selvaratnam to the show. How are you?
Good.
Excellent, excellent. I like the color tie that you're wearing. It's my favorite color. Yeah, so you are a real estate agent with what agency?
I'm with Sutton Group Admiral.
Okay. How long you been with them now?
I've been in the industry for almost 9 years, but I'm with Sutton for almost 6 years right now.
6 years. So why real estate?
Why real estate? Two reasons. One of them is when I bought my first house.
When was that?
That was about 14 years ago. Then we went to lawyers and to do the paperwork, and the end of the day to closing. And the lawyer came and asked me, did you bought a closing cost? I was like, closing cost? What do you mean closing cost? All the money we have, we put as down payment. And I don't have
more
any
money?
You want more money? I don't have any money. So I was like, then I still remember right now, like me and my dad had to go through so much trouble trying to come up with the last funds and end up in closing, because otherwise we end up in defaulting and losing all the money of down payment, everything, all these deposit we
And
gave
that would
it.
be bad.
Yeah, so we did went through a really hard time on the buying process first time. And also that time I didn't even know what does the closing cost mean. And also we didn't even know what's the interest and everything like that, because everything is new to us. That's one reason. And then second reason is one of my friend was in real estate. He was like, keep calling, it's coming, you can, you know, it'll be good. So I also wanted to come in and also want to make sure I don't want other people go through the same process that I went through when they're buying a house. Buying a house is a very good thing. It's a really enjoyable, pleasurable thing. But if you don't do it properly, if you don't do it right, it becomes a nightmare. And you know, you don't want to pick up your key and go through. Oh, finally it's finished. So you just want to say, hey, I'm really happy to have that key. That's why I want to make that all my clients go through that experience.
Okay. So that's a powerful thing. So from your personal experience, you've learned, and you want people to not go through that.
Absolutely, yes.
So you moved in, you're aware now that you want to make some changes, you get into real estate. So when you're dealing with clients, how do you assess their needs?
What we do is every time when we meet the clients and we go through all the process from A to Z, especially the budgeting and also all the process of getting the mortgage and everything. And we also explain all the process involved from A to Z, for example, how much they need from beginning to end. What happens is sometimes people come and say they have a 40,000 in their bank account of like 60, for example, and they say then, yes, I'm ready to buy a house. I'm ready to buy a house. But then they don't realize that there's other cost involved, and they don't realize that. And by the time that they realize it, sometimes it's too late. That's why we make sure before they even start the process, or before we even go show them houses, we properly explain to them from every single thing, educate them properly, so that way when the entire process goes smooth for them and us, so that way when they get the key, they are very happy to have that key in their hand.
Okay, they move in, they're peaceful, they're ready.
They're ready, and also not only ready, that you don't want to buy a house and go back and work 3 jobs to keep up the payment. You don't want the house to work. You want the house to work for you, not you work for the house.
Got it.
So we want to make sure that when the people come in, sometimes people's not ready. I tell them, listen, we may have to keep you in the process. So what I do is sometimes we put them on the 1-year plan to make sure that everything is okay, the credit-wise or money-wise. When they're ready, that we move in. Okay. Sometimes we lose clients by saying that, but it's okay. But I rather be honest, and people go through the good process and get the thing done properly, then end up in having it and then and have a problem later on. So.
Well, it's great to have a reality check, but sometimes honesty is hard for some people to swallow.
But sometimes, see, what happens is that it's more commercialized. Like sometimes people think that they can get this, but end of the day, they have to know the process properly. So they have to know from A to Z, this is what the process is going to be. It's not a washing machine. You can buy it and just return it tomorrow. It's just a biggest investment. Some people it's the biggest investment in their life. Sometimes it's like so much of life saving they have. So we just want to make sure that that savings that they putting through, and it's actually go properly.
Yeah, it's going to benefit them.
Yes.
In the long term. So how about some of the misconceptions then of real estate? What are the top two that you've heard from your clients that you have to kind of straighten them out in terms of their understanding?
Well, I tell all my clients is no question is a stupid question. So I tell them, soon as I meet them, I tell them from the process, do you have any questions at all, any time of the day, just give me a call and ask me. I'm ready to answer it. Most of the time that people think is, the market going to crash, market going to fall apart, and I'll wait to buy a house later on. See, in Toronto, what people don't realize is Toronto doesn't, especially GTA, doesn't realize in any industry. Like, they always depend, and they don't depend on any particular industry to survive. Right now, we have about GTA 6 million people. In 2040, they're looking at about 13.4 million people. 2040, the 13.4 million people will be in here.
People in one city.
Yeah, I mean, in Toronto itself, you have about 3 million people right now.
How many people in Canada? 30 million?
Yeah, close to it. Yeah, pretty much. And see, if you really look at it, then in Toronto, GTA-wise, you have about almost 100,000 people coming in every year, immigration-wise, and more people moving in. And from the 100,000 people, you have about almost 36,000 families getting created every year. So all those families getting created, they need places to live too. So if you really look at it, like in 2005, if you buy a house in like $465,000 in Richmond Hill, that house right now, it's about 1.2 million. And if you buy a condo, 367,000 in downtown, right now that condo, same condo, 600,000. So it's about square feet wise, it's increasing. So if you really look at the 10-year span, your real estate is almost doubled. So, and the real estate also is a tangible item. So it's not really going to goes away. It's there for you. So it's a good investment in Toronto. I don't think it's going to see any time bubbles going to burst or anything like that because of the immigration process and the people coming in. There's always a needs there to meet it, and that's going to happen. But the only thing I would say is that in GTA, Toronto, you probably see a smaller and a high rise and more pricier condos might be coming in. That's what you will see more of it because of support the population in the long run. So.
Okay, fantastic. So what advice would you give to someone who's sitting on the fence about buying a house right now? It's the first time buyer.
First time buyers that every time when I sit with the first time buyers, what we do is we go through the mortgage qualification process because that's very important when you're buying a house. So every time when you're on the fence or anything, at first better to talk to a mortgage broker, qualified people, and get through all the process, get all the advice you need before you make the next step. So it'll make your life more easier when you're buying the process on it.
Fantastic. Well, I've learned a lot from you.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate your time. Can you tell us how people can find you?
Yeah, you can actually, my website, www.lensel.net, or you can call me 416-739-7200. Ask for Leonard. I'm available anytime to ask any questions. I'm more than happy to help you and answer you with anything to do with real estate.
Okay, thank you. Ask Leonard, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll be back.
Yo, I got an issue with me, you ain't agreeable, you seem to have some demons with you. You dreaming, ain't you? Caught in the nightmare, you might hear something that offends you. Try to intimidate a ninja, you ain't got it in your double power in my finger than you got in your whole agenda. So leave it there, and beware the only time that I bug is when you're messing with my inner sphere. You ain't heard a brand Nubian punk shut up, and don't pay to be no hooligan. You and all your programmers, you and every cougar mile shooter. Who you think that you're fooling, man? You again. Take it easy, Jay. Don't make it seem crazy. It's okay, be nice and calm. Don't get too alarmed. Stress it out tomorrow, cause today we need no drama. Say.
Some of them looking at the hot talk. Even for the day things pop off.
Come on.
Everybody's got their agenda. Rather than an enemy, a friend.
Yeah.
And I got to warn ya. I'm real cool in my little corner.
My little corner,
And I got to warn ya. I'm real good in my little corner.
Don't wanna hear about no conflict or another bomb pit, the ending of a black life somewhere in the project. And another onset of cancer. Please, I ain't got over my mom's yet. Yes, we gotta make sure nothing's lost here. Stress, got me all up in the crosshairs. Been around the world, danced it, each and every axis. Don't require nothing. All I really ask is, why am I even alive? These my new recent actions. My cerebellum telling my golden habits. You see, my mind space is all the time. All I'm thinking about is who's in my hemisphere. All I really care is whether there's a place for me to get away and access to get it there. Nice and calm, don't get too alarmed. Stress it out tomorrow, cause today we need no drama. Say.
Some of them looking at the hot talk. Even for the day things pop off. Everybody's got their agenda. But whether you're my enemy or friend. And I got to warn ya. I'm real cool in my little corner. Hey.
Yeah.
And I got to warn ya. I'm real cool in my little corner.
Yeah. I got nothing to prove to you. Do me, let you do you. Big talk if it's what you like. You rock L's and I rock the mic. Your direction is winner, yes. Well, my direction is limitless. You hate this, don't step to me. Greatness in my pedigree. My man called us, yo, we hold it down. G-Fine, talk of the town. TQ, yo, I got you, bro. JD Vicious, so what you know? Yeah. JD Vicious, so what you know?
JD Vicious, what you know?
Yeah. JD Vicious, so what you know? Yeah. Right here on the Nikki Show. JD Vicious, so what you know? Bring it down. 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 Thank you. Yeah. My man.
One more time for JD Vicious and Carlos.
Thank you very much.
Wow, that was great. Let me just fix it myself. Thank you. Things hopping up, I gotta pull down. You know how it is. Hi, Periscope. So tell me, JD Vicious.
Hello.
How long you been doing this in the music business?
Oh man. Seriously, since 1986. I think it's been 30 years now. On and off.
Yeah.
On and off, 30 years, you know?
That's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. On and off.
You've got a gift. You've got definitely a gift. So how did you connect with Carlos? Carlos, how did you meet?
Actually, I was in LA, so a friend of mine knew JD, and she connected us, right? So said once I came out to Canada, you know, get in the studio and try to do something.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So who, you want to give out some shout outs to people who've been supportive
Yeah, well,
in your musical dream, your journey?
I want to thank Most Unique Events. Thank you very much for being there for me, and we have a lot of things in the future coming up. PHS Productions, that's my production company. I want to thank my family, my parents, you know, that's like it's a Grammy Award. Grammy's coming.
That's okay. That's right? So who are some of the influences in your music then?
Oh, influences in my music, oh my goodness. The whole diaspora of African music, starting from, you know, such as James Brown.
Oh yeah.
Parliament Funkadelic.
Godfather of Funk.
Oh yeah. Curtis Mayfield, all the way to KRS-One,
Big Daddy Kane, Raquel.
Preach.
Yeah, you know, Bob Marley. I don't
Yes.
shout out Bob Marley, you know.
But you're also a drummer, right? You're a percussionist.
I do percussion.
Yeah, I've seen you.
Oh, you
I've
see
seen
me?
you. Oh, yeah.
I see you too.
Thank you.
I do some congas and some djembe stuff, you know, and
Awesome.
guitar.
Okay, so what's next? Where can people see you perform live?
Well, my album's, I'm just finishing my album right now. And this song that you just heard.
What's it called?
My Little Corner.
My Little Corner. Okay.
Yeah. This is, actually the video is going to come out in the next couple of weeks. So look out for the video.
Congratulations.
Social Network, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's amazing.
It's a triumph
Make some
for
noise
us.
for that.
Thank you.
That's a lot of work.
So the video's coming out, and then the album's coming out, and after that the touring. You know, so this is a busy time right now.
Okay.
Plus, I have my movie career too.
Oh, have I seen you on the screen lately?
You've seen me, well, mostly on TV. A lot of TV.
Commercials,
stuff.
right?
Commercials. Commercials and a lot of detective shows, that kind of stuff. So, and it's going well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, so how do you juggle it all? The music, the movies, the TV?
A father too.
And a father. How many children?
Two.
Two.
Most importantly.
Yes, father first.
Yeah. Why? I don't know. No, you know, if it's a labor of love, you know this. If it's a labor of love, you just find a way.
Yeah, you push through it all.
You push through it, and you know, it's what wakes me up in the morning, puts me to sleep at night. Besides my children.
Yes.
You know.
Fantastic. Well, I'm really proud of you. Congratulations for all your success. And
Thank
where
you.
can people find you?
Oh yes, find me at Joseph J. Daly, josephjdaly.com. That's JOSEPH JDALY. There's no E. .com.
Okay, beautiful. All right, JD Vishus, aka Joseph Daly, everybody. And Carlos.
One more thing, I want to say this publicly. I want to congratulate you.
Oh, thank you.
The president of the Ontario Black History Society. You know what I mean? Big deal, big up. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much. It's like you said, it's a labor of love, and it's all about giving back.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. There you have it.
Thank you.
It's the Nikki Clarke Show, and it's a wrap, everybody. I want to thank JD Vishus. I want to thank Carlos for making a trip. You came all the way from the States to support.
Oh, no. I live
You're
here
now. Okay.
We've done a lot of stuff together.
We've done a lot of stuff together. Fantastic. And I want to thank Jelani. Daniel, make some noise for him. Janice Ross. Oh, Leonard, Selvaratnam, thank you. Peta, Gaye, Nash. Leila Springer. We have some fantastic people here, and I hope that there was something, even one thing, that touched your heart, and you are transformed into an even better person from the show. I want to give it up for the crew who did a fantastic job. Reagan, the director with the most, Ash on the cameras, and holding us down the music, Juice Man Jonathan Shaw. I want to thank you, Anna V over there, who always volunteers to karaoke, and she does all the amazing things behind the scenes. Thank you for being the glue. And thank you very much, La Creole, for opening up your doors for us and being wonderful hosts. Thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it. All right, so enjoy. The party still goes. We've got a little music for you, and we'll see you next week, Wednesday, April 6th at 8 o'clock. Thank you.